Hello there, my name's Thomas O'Regan and I'm a professional property investor here in Australia. Now, I wanted to redefine to people that are thinking about investing how they should think about their brokers and their person who is helping them get finance and lending to scale and build their property portfolio. I think as a professional property investor, a broker is probably one of the most important people on your team because they are going to be the difference between you getting access to finance and not. And the difference between you getting access to finance is the difference between you buying 10 properties instead of one. If you can only buy one property with no access to finance, you might have to save for the entire property over your whole life and buy it in cash because that would be an example of not using any finance. And who's the person who's meant to specialize and be the skillful person in charge of getting finance and access to finance? That is your mortgage broker. Now, let me put it this way. Look, if you were to buy a property and renovate it, you'd assume or be wanting to do so as an investor to make a profit or to get some uplift in the property's value so you can redraw the money. If you're looking to scale your property portfolio, redraw the money through equity and then use that equity to buy additional properties and then rinse and repeat and do the process over and over again until you have scaled a property portfolio large enough that you are satisfied with or that meets the requirements of your goals that you've set out for yourself as a property investor. Now, what if you could get the same result in terms of uplift in your property and equity release from your property without doing any sort of renovations whatsoever? Now, I think that is a very valuable service. So I am willing to pay for that sort of thing. I find it, as an investor, I find to add people to my team that are able to find these solutions far more valuable than a builder or someone that would perform a renovation for me. Why? Because whereas, you might pay a builder or someone to renovate your property $50,000 or $100,000, maybe to get an uplift in the property of anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000. Ideally, you can simply pay a broker much less money to get, or no money at all, to get an uplift on your property of the same amount. Why? Because they know how they should know how the financial system works, and they should know how to execute on your strategy if you lay out what you are trying to do. Just the difference between taking your one property from one bank to a different bank could mean the difference between $100,000 and $300,000 or even more in the valuation of a property. And that's without doing any renovations at all. So just wanted to stress in this video, the mortgage broker or the finance part of an investor's portfolio and team is probably the most critical part if you truly want to scale as quickly as possible, as easily as possible. See you guys next time. Bye.